I'm Stacy Strushinsky, your 2021 Gala Chair. Tonight, you will be part of something amazing. If you can hear my voice and see this graphic, you're going to be able to hear and see the event, provided you have a good internet connection. So, we are off to a great start, and I am thrilled to help you get the most out of tonight's experience and tonight's bidding. Check up at the top of your video. You will see a countdown which shows when the silent auction and premier auction ends. The silent auction ends at 7:30 sharp. That's half of an hour from now. So you'll need to know how to continue making your bids, whether you're in the room or watching from at home. On your desktop, mobile device, or tablet, you will see 4 buttons below this video. Those are the buttons that will tell you exactly what to do. The first button is to browse and bid on items for the auction. The bidding is easy. Just click on the auction button. You can click on each of the categories in the auction to see the items available in that category. You only have about a half an hour left to get your bids in. Make sure to check out the items with no bid section. Remember, the premier auction closes at 9 p.m. sharp. To check out at the end of the evening, simply click the third checkout button. We have many payment options for you, including payment by credit card, check, gift of stock, and donor-advised funds. It's as simple as that. Remember to check the countdown. That will tell you how much time you have to make your bids. The silent auction ends at 7:30 p.m. and the premier auction ends at 9 p.m. Don't let someone scoop up your dream item. Get in there and have some fun.
Did a little homework and found out that we didn't really have anything in our warehouse that we could, but we have access to manufacturers and we have access to wholesale goods. So we bought the first, couple hundred sets of cookware, and then said, we're out, can there be more? So there's been a continuous supply of them for the last 5 years. There's a lot of history here. My dad, who was the founder of our company, passed away in 2016. I was very close to my dad for many decades. We were in business together. But, Fran had the same kind of value system. The lesson I take from them both is that you have to share, you have to give, you have to be of a generous spirit and a generous mindset. It takes a community to help people who have trouble, and bridging is an important part of that. To me, that kind of ecosystem of helping people who need a hand. Left to our own devices, human beings can become pretty self-focused, and organizations are made up of human beings, so organizations can become kind of self-focused. And volunteering not only broadens your view of the world, and it helps you find a place of gratitude, but it's just good for your soul. Even, no matter what your faith is, it's just good for your soul.
Tonight, we have a lot of sponsors to thank for their support of bridging. BI Worldwide is our presenting sponsor this evening. Without them, this event could not happen. We thank them for their decades-long commitment to our mission. Health System Advisors is our Fund and Need sponsor this evening. Thank you. Thank you to the Butto Family Foundation, Cargill, Donaldson Company, and Bill and Betsy Cook for their founder Fran Lovell sponsorship. Thank you, United Healthcare, for your technology level sponsorship. Our Hope level sponsors include John and Julie Heinmiller, Little Leprechaun Teal Foundation, Meristem, Ben and Rita Oak, and Dan and Mary Wilkeny. And to our living room sponsors, C.H. Robinson, Demand Chain, First Light Asset Management, Luther Auto, Polad Foundation, and Western National Insurance. We thank you all as well. And of course, thank you to all of our table sponsors this evening.
Quick, before the silent auction closes at 7:30, check out some of these great favorites. We have food, wine, getaways, spa days, and baskets for kids and more. Lot number 106, Amazing Paddle North Paddleboard. Number 201, Sweet Martha's Cookies for a Year, Yes Please. Number 903, New Puppy Survival Kit. We're all at home, so why not? Number 222, In-Home Halloween Party. Well, don't bet on that. I might want that one. Number 300, Plan Your Next Duluth Adventure. Lot number 306, Take a Glider Ride in Stanton, Minnesota. Or number 624, pamper yourself with a great salon package. Lot number 409, 1 round of golf and carts at Olympic Hills Golf Club in Eden Prairie. And number 705, check out the Young Scientist package.
Well, I think it's a great story. I had moved to the cities about 25 years ago, and when I had my kids at home, and I had seen in the paper an article about bridging. And I read it and I thought, I'm going to volunteer there someday when I'm retired. So then, fast forward after I retired, I was going through all this papers that I had not been able to figure out what to do with because I was working. And I found this yellowed article about bridging. So I called Carol, who had just moved to the cities, and I said, I found what we can do for our volunteering. We have learned a lot of skills, how to unload a mattress,
Yes, the best way to put a mattress on
a dolly.
You gotta really watch these carts that we put a mattress on because they roll away.
It's easier to get the steps in on bridging day.
Yes.
We're very impressed. These people are very organized, and they are, they want to do the very best they can for families that need to replace their household items. No matter what your walk of life or whatever your circumstance that you're in, everybody wants nice things that look well cared for and clean. So it feels good.
It's been so crazy busy.
Oh, yeah, I know it.
Yeah, it's such a good problem to have all this stuff, but what are we gonna do?
Yeah, didn't you have an idea about that?
Dude,
what was it?
Fran gave us
Yes.
superpowers. We should try them.
Yes,
Ready?
okay, let's do it. Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm Stacy Strushinsky, your 2021 Gala Chair. Tonight, you will be part of something amazing. If you can hear my voice and see this graphic, you're going to be able to hear and see the event, provided you have a good internet connection. So, we are off to a great start, and I am thrilled to help you get the most out of tonight's experience and tonight's bidding. Check up at the top of your video. You will see a countdown which shows when the silent auction and premier auction ends. The silent auction ends at 7:30 sharp, so you'll need to know how to continue making your bids, whether you're in the room with us tonight or watching from at home. If you are watching at home on your desktop, mobile device, or tablet, you will see 4 buttons below this video. Those are the buttons that will tell you exactly what to do. The first button is to browse and bid on items for the auction. The bidding is easy, just click on the auction button. You can click on each of the categories in the auction to see the items available in that category. make sure to check out the items with no bid section. Remember, the premier auction closes at 9 p.m. sharp. To check out at the end of the evening, simply click the third checkout button. We have many payment options for you, including payment by credit card, check, gift of stock, and donor-advised funds. It's as simple as that. Remember to check the countdown. That will tell you how much time you have to make your bids. The silent auction ends at 7:30 p.m. and the premier auction ends at 9 p.m. Don't let someone scoop up your dream item. Get in there and have some fun.
Did a little homework and found out that we didn't really have anything in our warehouse that we could, but we have access to manufacturers and we have access to wholesale goods. So we bought the first, couple hundred sets of cookware, and then said we're out, can there be more? So there's been a continuous supply of them for the last 5 years. There's a lot of history here. My dad, who was the founder of our company, passed away in 2016. I was very close to my dad for many decades. We were in business together. But, Fran had the same kind of value system. Lesson I take from them both is that you have to share, you have to give, you have to be of a generous spirit and a generous mindset. And I thought it was time to kind of double down this year. And it takes a community to help people who have trouble, and bridging is an important part of that. To me, that kind of ecosystem of helping people who need a hand. Left to our own devices, human beings can become pretty self-focused, and organizations are made up of human beings, so organizations can become kind of self-focused. And volunteering not only broadens your view of the world, and it helps you find a place of gratitude, but it's just good for your soul. Even no matter what your faith is, it's just good for your soul.
Tonight, we have a lot of sponsors to thank for their support of bridging. BI Worldwide is our presenting sponsor this evening. Without them, this event could not happen. We thank them for their decades-long commitment to our mission. Health System Advisors is our Fund and Need sponsor this evening. Thank you. Thank you to the Butzo Family Foundation, Cargill, Donaldson Company, and Bill and Betsy Cook for their founder Fran Lovell sponsorship. Thank you, United Healthcare, for your technology level sponsorship. Our Hope Level sponsors include John and Julie Heinmiller, Little Leprechaun Field Foundation, Meristem, Ben and Rita Oak, and Dan and Mary Wilkening. And to our living room sponsors, C.H. Robinson, Demand Chain, First Light Asset Management, Luther Auto, Polad Foundation, and Western National Insurance. We thank you all as well. And of course, thank you to all of our table sponsors this evening.
Hi, my name is Jeff Snigoski, and I'm the Vice Chair of the Bridging Board of Directors, and I also work at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Minnesota. I support bridging because I've been blessed with so much in my life. I've never had to worry about sleeping on the floor at night, not having furniture to invite guests over, or missing pots and pans to make a decent meal. By volunteering and giving to bridging, I'm able to make a significant impact on the lives of over 13,000 people right here in the Twin Cities every single year, and really help set them on the path to long-term stability.
As a SPAR member, we like partnering with the community because it's where we live, it's where we play, it's where we work. To give back to the community it's holistic. It circles back. It's just like giving it back to your neighbors. Like if your neighbors needs help, you help them out. Bridging is the same thing. It's our neighbor in our community.
We always talk to clients about what's their favorite part of the home, and it always ends up being the kitchen. It's where families gather, it's where memories are made, it's where meals are prepared, and that's why we're here. We're here to talk about basic kitchen essentials and the necessity of them and how critical they are. You know, when people talk about being together and meal preparation, it's really a fun topic. It's neat to be able to prepare and share. And in my Italian family, we always say food is love, right? You make food for people you love and you want to share that.
Hi there, I'm Mark Zastro, currently the president of the Bloomington Lions Club. It's no doubt the past 15 months have been very challenging for all of us. The pandemic caused many to lose their jobs and or have their incomes slashed. Housing stability has become a real and very serious concern for a lot of people. We commend Bridging for not letting up and not letting down the thousands of people they were able to help achieve housing stability. Now, when you see a Bridging vehicle like this out on the street or out on the highway, you know some very deserving person or family is going to have a dining table to have breakfast, lunch, or dinner on and have a comfy bed with which to sleep. Thank you for your support.
Tonight's premiere auction is going to be incredible, not only because of the amazing items that are almost entirely donated from the community, but because we have figured out a way to make it accessible to both you at home and to us in the room. Because everyone is bidding from their phones, we all have the chance to win these amazing items in real time. Pretty cool, right? You're going to bid on the premier auction items through this Auction Harmony app. Here are some descriptions of some of the items you won't want to miss. The first one I'll highlight is our Irish whiskey and artisan food tasting at Food Building with local artisan foods. I've just got to share all of these amazing sports packages. Check out the Minnesota Wild tickets for 18 people. Get Ludi in your own Minnesota United Football Club suite. Or golf? Why not? We have a great Topgolf package that includes food and drinks. This item is a bit more relaxing. Enjoy an intimate farm-to-table private in-home dinner for up to 10 people with local seasonal ingredients and wine pairings included. If you're angling for a good time, check out one of our fishing trips. This year, we've got a couple ideas for you. The first one is a 2-day tarpon trip for 3 with Big Fish Waters LLC in Florida. Or can you say Cabilo? I can't either, but I'm gonna try. It's a 2-person fly-in fishing experience. Try it out! This is a trip that you have read about, and now is the time to go for it. You can troll, cast, or jig in fantastic Canadian Shield lakes for walleye, northern pike, and lake trout.
so crazy busy.
Oh, yeah, I know it.
Yeah, it's such a good problem to have all this stuff, but what are we gonna do?
Yeah, didn't you have an idea about that?
Dude,
what was it?
Fran gave us superpowers. We should try them.
Yes,
Ready?
okay, let's do it. Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
Just want to thank you all once again for the beautiful furniture that y'all blessed me with. My apartment looks so beautiful. I've been here going on 6 weeks, and I'm just so thankful to you all from the bottom of my heart.
Mary, this is John Jackson. I went over to Bridging, and I'm going to tell you, it was one of the best experiences of my life. The people were so nice, and they gave me some real nice stuff. And it just, I didn't expect to get so much nice stuff. And it was just nice, you know what I mean? And then when it was all over, they gave me a hug. It was just beautiful. Thank you.
Just feeling overwhelmed and grateful for the beautiful couches and chair and housewares and everything. I really, from the bottom of my heart, I could cry. Thank you. It's a wonderful service, and it fills my heart. Thank you, and bless Bridget. Seriously. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
And what a wonderful experience, and wanted to thank you and your crew for coming out of Union Gospel Mission 4 and still get it trained and get it right, and then you guys are so kind. God bless you, and thank you very much. Bye now.
We had nothing in our home, and you guys filled it. You filled our heart, and we are eternally grateful to you guys. So happy holidays, and you made a happy family very happy this year. So thank you so much, and keep on the very good job you guys are doing. Have a good day.
We are just about ready to get this party started. Sit back and relax while we share with you some of what makes bridging so special. Thank you for being here. Your presence online is extremely appreciated, important, and crucial to our ability to serve our clients. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.
Hello. If y'all can quiet down real quick. We got a couple things to say. So glad to be here with all of y'all tonight. My name's Susan-Elizabeth Littlefield. I work at WCCO TV. So it's an honor to be here in this room and to have these people at home on their couches together, right? Together. I just want to take a minute to absorb where we're at, what we're doing. I just want to ask that you raise your glass right now and just toast the person beside you. Cheers to being back together. And I mean, moments like this, don't they just mean something different right now after the pandemic? And there's a big correlation to everything we've been through the past 18 months of spending so much time at home. It's clearer than ever how important having a home is, and that's right on mission with Bridging, empowering people to thrive in their homes as they seek housing stability. And now that is more important than ever. Tonight is about the present, the future. It's about moving forward with the resources we need to keep Bridging thriving. It's about celebrating the work we've done in the past, as well as the challenges everyone's been through. My job is to tell stories for a living, and sometimes they're awful, they're so sad, and sometimes they're amazing. One story I did just last week was about how the Twin Cities has the biggest housing shortage of any major city in the United States. Number one. Now we know we're on a lot of good lists for number one. It's pretty much the worst, but what I'm more interested in reporting on and telling stories about is what's being done to help to change. You, every single one of you in here, are part of the solution of changing that ranking. There's a quote by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. that says, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" Every single one of you here tonight, at home, on your couch, you are doing something. And we appreciate that so much. So once again, just raise your glass to helping others and to being together. We've got some sponsors we want to thank tonight that made this possible. I mean, being here in the Intercontinental, I don't know if y'all are like me and you've seen it, like you've driven by the airport, but to be inside this place, it's pretty special. So we're so happy to have you here, and this is all possible because of these sponsors. BI Worldwide is our presenting sponsor this evening. Without them, this event would not be possible. So we want to thank you. That is a big commitment to this mission, and again, you are doing something. Health Systems Advisors is our Fund a Need sponsor this evening. Thank you to them. Thank you to the Butzo Family Foundation, Cargill, Donaldson Company, Bill and Betsy Cook for their founder friend level sponsorship. We want to thank United Healthcare, always doing so much for others, and for their technology level sponsorship. Our Hope level sponsors include John and Julie Heinmiller, Little Leprechaun, Theo Foundation, Meristem, and Dan and Mary Wilkening. And to our living room sponsors, C.H. Robinson, Demand Chain, First Light Asset Management, Luther Auto, the Pollad Foundation, and Western National Insurance. We want to thank you as well. We also want to thank all of our table sponsors this evening, and again, everyone who's sitting in these chairs. Thank you. We'd also like to thank our volunteers who are here with us tonight making this possible. We would also like to recognize the dedicated Gala committee members for pulling together this event. It took a lot of planning. Last but not least, please help me in recognizing our board members and staff who have worked so hard to make this gala for Bridging a great success, and so much work they do throughout the year to bring us all together, back together. I'd like to welcome the Bridging Executive Director, Mark Wilkening, to the stage right now. Mark has led this team since 2015. He's a pretty popular guy, I can already tell.
Thank you so much, Susan-Elizabeth. Wow, it is so good to see you this evening. And now you can see my face too. I was greeting people out here, and it is so good to be together. It has been quite the past 24 months since we last gathered in October of 2019. We've navigated through our founder, Fran Heitzman's passing in January of 2020, and then we went right into the pandemic. And to be honest, it's been a challenge in a lot of different ways. However, please know that Bridging has been resilient, we have persevered, we have innovated, and we have, most importantly, continued to furnish homes with hope. I'm here tonight to proudly confirm that our organization and our mission and our service delivery is stronger than ever. Now, yeah, applaud. Come on now, let's have fun. I need to take this opportunity to acknowledge the incredible staff team that gathers at Bridging daily to execute our mission and has continued to serve during these challenges with positivity, with professionalism, and with dignity and a work ethic that is second to none. So at this time, I'm going to ask all Bridging staff members to stand up and to be recognized for what you have done for Bridging, particularly these last 18 months during the pandemic. Look around, because these are the wonderful everyday heroes that you hear about. I'm grateful for you. Thank you, staff. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the incredible volunteers that help us so much with our mission, our board, our donors, our partners, and really the most necessary part of our organization, the clients, whom we are privileged to walk alongside for a bit on their journey toward housing stability. Thank you, clients. You're amazing people. Tonight we're going to celebrate our mission and our important work that is literally furnishing thousands of homes with hope each year. Whether you're tuning in from abroad, I love this. How cool is it that who knows where y'all are out there in computer land with that you're joining us in the Intercontinental Ballroom. And whether you're in person in the Intercontinental Ballroom, you all need to know that your presence and your support is crucial to us propelling our mission forward. We're grateful for you. Now, let's hear some inspiring stories, and let's have some fun while we do it. Let's get to it, everybody.
Thank you so much, Mark. We're going to do our raffle drawing now, and you are going to officially meet Kurt Johnson. You've probably been hearing his voice all night, and I think it's really, it's like a TV voice, radio kind of.
Well, I have a face for radio, as they say.
I didn't say that.
I'm so glad to be here to officially welcome you and officially welcome all of our friends online. We're so glad you're with us virtually. It's going to be a great night. You know, we have this great raffle, and we've been selling some of these raffle tickets in advance, so some of the people who win may not be in this room. But if you do win in this room, you want to win? Okay, well, work on that. But it's good to be live again. What I want you to whoop and cheer, and then we'll get you afterwards to choose where you want to go. If you're online, we want you to make lots of noise online in the chat room, because you're going to choose. For $25, you got a chance to go for a $4,600 trip to the Riviera Maya. You can also, I mean, come on, it's going to get cold. This is unusually warm. It's going to get cold. Or you could go to California for golfing. Come on, who doesn't like a little bit of golfing if you want to do that? Or Chicago for a gangster tour. So all these packages are worth well over $2,500, and it is so much fun. Now, I'm going to bring up the top seller on the board to help draw tonight. Please make a big round of applause for Stacy Stasinski. Now, as she's making her way up here, Stacy, hi, I'm Kurt Johnson, and I'm a 90. She has been with Sleep Number for how many? I don't know. I want to ask how many years. I've been sleeping on a Sleep Number bed for over 24 years, and my wife most of the time, too. The only reason we sleep together is because we're opposite sides. So 24 years, has that got to be close to a long hauler?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we have this great, would you hold my mic?
I'd love to. And my Sleep Number setting's a 45, and my Sleep IQ score last night was a 76.
Well, see, I'm going to have to talk with you because I'm real old school with mine. I don't have the whole IQ thing yet. I'm going to have to talk with you.
I got a guy.
Okay, now I'm going to stir. Don't look. Come over on this side. I'm going to stir these up a little bit. We were stirring them earlier. It's kind of a funky box. But just so you know, the staff was stirring them as they were coming in. Yeah, you got a guy. We'll have to talk. Yeah, we'll talk. Okay, so there's a lot in here. And if you're here, I want you to just clap and cheer. Now, close your eyes. Well, actually, breathe. I'm going to take your hand. I'm going to put it over the box. Now, you reach down and select. Dig in there. Find one. Da, 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 da. It's exciting online, isn't it? Hurry up.
Am I giving it to you?
Yes. I'm the professional reader. You sell beds. I talk. Don't go away. Boy, apparently two people won because they put the two people's name. This is from a long ways away, or they are here, I don't know. But from San Francisco, California, Marie and Dan Goodell. Are you here? Give them a round of applause. Hope you're watching online. You know what? That's the power of this whole world we're living in. We're getting money from California. Yay! Yay! Now leave. Okay, thank you. That set is fantastic. That is so much fun. Now, we have had some great bids in the silent auction so far. We want to thank you. You know, there's some really good stuff that we want to make sure. So we want to make sure that if you're... you know that the silent auction is closed. There's some items that go on until 9 o'clock tonight. So you'll be able to check your stuff out. If you won the items here, you will be able to take the stuff home tonight, so don't worry about that. All of your auction bidding tonight in the giving is going to be on your smartphone. Most of you have done that. We do have some iPads out there, so don't worry about. We will get your help on that if we need. It'd be helpful if you, on the way out, if you do your checkout online, it really helps us to do that. There's a checkout button. There's payment options for you. You could pay by credit card, check, a gift of stock. And also for later on, especially when we start doing our appeal, for donor-advised funds. Many of you have been very generous with those in the past and continue to do so. When you make a commitment tonight, please make a commitment and just click that we have a donor-advised fund. So, all right, I think it's time that we now bring up the man himself. Mark, give him another round of applause. He is an executive director. He is a good person up here. Give him a big round of applause, Mark.
Thank you, Kurt. You bring fun. You bring fun to this event, and that is so wonderful with that. So here at Bridging, we're very privileged to have many amazing partners that help us in our important work. And tonight, we're going to highlight one of those amazing partners, who also happens to be this year's Gala presenting sponsor. And that's BI Worldwide. And we are absolutely grateful for BI Worldwide, for Larry Schernicker and the Schernicker family, and all the amazing support that has happened through the years. Now, Larry's father, Guy, was the founder of BI Worldwide. He and Bridging founder Fran Heitzman met many, many years ago at Pax Christi Church in Eden Prairie, which is the birthplace of Bridging. In fact, Guy provided Fran with Bridging's first truck. Through the years, they developed a very special friendship. Unfortunately, Guy passed away in 2016. I attended the funeral with founder Fran. And it was a very difficult day for Fran. It was very clear that these two remarkable men had a truly special friendship and relationship. Larry has kept that legacy going of his father's and with BI Worldwide, and that partnership is strong. The company values align so very well with the important work of bridging. BI Worldwide provides financial resources, group volunteers, individual volunteers, and for the past 5 years, BI Worldwide has provided all the brand new pots and pans to our clients at Bridging. Now, I must say that we don't have a whole lot of brand new at Bridging, but we do, because of the wonderful partnership, have brand new. And when our pots and pans inventory gets low, I email Larry. He works his magic. I get an email back very quickly letting me know how many pallets he's procured and when we can pick them up. This is a huge, huge, huge gift to the important work that we have at Bridging. So Larry and Schoenecker family members and BI Worldwide, well done. We thank you for your important role in helping us fulfill our vision at Bridging that everyone would live in a furnished home. Susan-Elizabeth?
Talk about doing something. Thank you so much. What Bridging does and has done on a daily basis since May of 2020 is nothing short of extraordinary. Everything changed for everybody, definitely for them. Upon receiving critical sector status, the staff, volunteers, they got back to the warehouse because people still needed help, and probably more help than ever. They set up a safe environment because they had to continue this mission. They had to power through, just like all of us did. They had to figure it out. They converted in-person appointments to virtual ones and hit the ground running with minimal people in the building. And most people were still sheltering in their homes, but they had already figured it out pretty quickly. How did they do it? Whose lives do they impact? This is one of my favorite parts. Let's look.
Actually, I was homeless, so that's why I even came into this program. I was homeless for a while with my daughter.
I am furnishing my home that actually took me out of homelessness for the past 3 years.
So we offer everything, all household items, your living room set, your dining room set, bedroom sets, kitchen set, dishes, housewares, dish towels.
I get such satisfaction out of just helping clients and seeing the joy that they emanate when they find the perfect piece of furniture or the perfect knick-knack or something their kids are going to just love.
I have been finding what I needed. We've walked through the aisles and picked out everything. They've given me extra time to decide, and I've gotten everything that I've needed so far. I'm only halfway done though.
So my mission as Bridger was basically to find me some housing, supplies, furniture.
We have 3 options for shopping. We have our in-person option, which is the traditional standard appointment here at Bridging, which is what we've always had. And you come in, you shop in our warehouse, you choose the items that you want, you get to see them. You'll have 2 to 3 personal shoppers that will walk you through your entire experience here. The next option that we have is one that was created when we were in COVID. We needed to create something for our clients to shop still, so we created the virtual shopping experience. They will also still have a team of shoppers to walk through the process with them, shop through them, look at furniture, choose their items. And our third option is called Bridging Shops For You, where we choose the items based off of your preference form that you've completed, and we pick the items out for you.
It's a dedicated staff here. They're a great fundraising organization, and the center is always the clients.
So basically everything for my house, to put in my house, from lamps, TVs, I had everything, a vacuum, microwave, everything. It was a blessing. They were a blessing.
It's making it a home.
Just they gave me everything, a whole house, a whole house.
Bridging empowers people to thrive in their homes by providing quality furniture and household goods to those pursuing housing stability. Our vision is that everyone lives in a furnished home. Since our founding in 1987, we are thrilled to have furnished more than 100,000 homes with a basic home setup. We are deeply committed and guided by our organizational values of dignity, service, partnership, stewardship, excellence, and gratitude. Join us as together we furnish homes with hope.
And if you're like me, you can't get enough of hearing these personal testimonials. We're going to go a little bit deeper with a couple of the clients so you can learn a little bit more about their background. The next story you're about to see is about Jess. She got a call, like many of us have in our lives, that changed her life forever. Her house was on fire. It was a total loss. She was struggling with homelessness already, and it's just been an uphill battle until she found stable housing and received a fresh start from who else? Bridging.
In October of 2016, our house burnt down and it left us homeless. Coming from like a homeless perspective, your self-worth is feeling kind of about yay big, you know, like, and especially as a parent. So it's just like, you go through the how did I get here type stage. And in your 30s, you don't plan on having that happen in your life. I don't mind sleeping on the floor, but I always want my kids to have something to sleep on. And then a kitchen table, because I value family dinners. Like it's an important piece to be able to cook and come together. And when you're coming out of a tough life, you are not used to people being nice. You're used to people saying, well, what'd you do to get there? Like, obviously you did something, it's your fault type thing. So to have people just be kind to you from the gate is like a relief. It's relaxing. I didn't know what I was walking into. You're not treated like you're a beggar. You're treated like you're more of a, I want to say, not quite a celebrity, but borderline that. Like they treat you like you're a person. So that is important. And that is one of the reasons why I actually agreed, because I really, really just want people to know how important this program is and how special it is. People are sweet. It showed through the program that not all people are bad. The word pride is so tricky for me because it made me feel sure, I guess would be the word. Like, okay, life is going to be good from here on out.
And how can you top that? I love the way Jess said she felt so honored by Bridging, and I love how Mark put the focus back on who it needs to be, the clients. That's why we're all here. There's another client that I want to tell y'all a little bit more about. His name is Scott Overby. He's my newest friend, and I think you're going to like him too. He struggled with homelessness after a drunk driver ran into him and changed his life forever. To know Scott is to know the story too of his best four-legged friend, Romeo. Scott came to Bridging last spring when everyone was going through the toughest of times, and he experienced one of the first virtual appointments. I want to show you what happened next.
I've lived here for, I think it's like 1.5 years now. And so before that, when I was living in my van, it seemed like I was in a hole so deep, man, I couldn't even see the sky from the bottom of the hole, right? And you think you're never, there's no way I'm ever gonna get out of the hole, right? I'm just stuck. This is where I'm gonna be. Well, let me back up a little bit. First, I lost my job that I had for like 30 years, almost 30 years. 20-something at this company in printing, and then I got laid off, and then 2 months later I got hit by the drunk driver. Then I became homeless, and then that just kind of sent me on a downward spiral. When I look back at it, it was just, everything was a struggle for me, even though I worked almost the whole time, right? It was, for some reason, I would always had a hard time calling a place home, right? Until, you know, me and Romy moved in here, and so everything that I have in here, just about everything except for the TV, is from Bridging, and the hats. The hats are from Bridging. Well, I can't remember the young man's name that helped me pick the stuff out right. I would kind of give him a list. I give a list, then he would kind of walk around and ask me if I liked this or that. Other than being there, I mean, it was just like being there. And then he had some things in mind from the paperwork I'd filled out, so he'd like have suggestions for me, like, what do you think of this and this? And I got my favorite color is red. So he had a lot of red things picked up for me, right? So it was kind of cool that way. And my dog, God rest his soul, he really enjoyed like the furniture too. And I mean, he'd sleep on the bed with me, and I had built a little ramp for him so he could get up on the bed because he was so little. So you'd come up the ramp and then just come lay by me. So he got as much enjoyment out of it as I did, for sure. If you ask for help and people put you in contact with the right people, that you will find that all the donations that you will give to Bridging will give people hope who, like me, not that long ago, thought that I was in a hole so deep that I couldn't see literally couldn't see the sky, right? That there's plenty of people probably in the same boat that I am that maybe hear this and they'll need some help too. And so your donations certainly will give them the hope and the peace and the serenity that they could use in their life as well.
Scott is going to join us on the stage right now, and we can give him a proper applause, right? The man of the hour. Scott, I know you said you don't love attention.
I'm nervous.
You're nervous?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here. And I also think, too, just for being vulnerable and telling this story. That's one of the hardest things in life. What made you open to exposing your heart and your challenges?
First, a very nice young lady from Bridging named Rebecca asked me to.
Hey, good answer.
And I would be probably doing myself a disservice if I didn't try to give just a little part back for all they've done for me. Bridging.
Well, I want to dig a little bit more into your story for a second. The accident really sort of sent you in a trajectory. Talk about that for a second.
Well, me and my dog were just sitting in my car, and the drunk driver hit us at like 55, and then so I was knocked out, and then when I came to, the guy's standing there, and he's trying to talk to me, right? But I'm not sure if I'm dead or alive, you know what I mean? And so, and then I remembered Romy was with me, and I'm like, hey, where's my dog? He goes, I don't see no dog. And then I could barely get out of the car. And I go, could you call for an ambulance? He goes, yeah, probably not. I already got one DWI. I don't want to get any more trouble. So then I had to walk like a half mile to this hotel. and call for help. But before I did, I asked the kid, there was a young kid working at the hotel, and I said, could you dial a friend's number for me? And when he did, then I asked them, me and Romy were in an accident. Could you guys go look for Romy for me? And they found him the next day. Sorry, I just love him so much.
Yes, and he's such a part of your story.
Yeah.
And we want to honor him tonight.
Yeah, so they found him walking on the railroad tracks. So, yeah.
I mean,
so
soulmates.
Yeah,
he had to come back to you.
Yeah, so it was a blessing. Not only was he alive, but I got him back. So when I was in the hospital and the doctor told me the next day, I couldn't believe it, that he was still alive. So he meant the world to me, that's for sure.
I mean, yeah, let's give a round of applause to Romeo right now. I think he's such a part of your story, too. And we talked about this earlier, but I always feel like the only bad part about having a dog is that you lose him before.
Yeah, it was a horrible feeling at first, but I'm getting better.
I know, you are getting better. And that's the thing, that's a theme to your story, is this resilience.
Yeah.
You keep fighting. You don't give up. What do you think it is?
Well, I'll be honest, some days it's tough, you know what I mean? Even now, I mean, I struggle with some mental health issues, but I'm getting taken care of. I'm going to help with them. But it's, life sometimes still a struggle for me, even though things have gotten so much better. You know, I mean, living in a van's not good. You know?
Yeah, every day's not
and it's just, and having nothing, really. And that was just less than 2 years ago. And today, I mean, I got a nice place to live, and I got some other things going for me, so.
Yeah, and one of those things I want to tell the audience is you're about to make a new decision.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a new puppy, for sure. Yeah. And so the people that shot the video for me, the lady works at a dog rescue place, so she said she would help me, so that's awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
So Bridget just keeps on helping me.
It's a lucky dog.
Yeah, I'm a lucky dog.
Well, I think we all are, just to know you. The other thing I just wanted to ask you about is something, you know, I talked about earlier. We have this intense housing shortage. Everyone who lives in the area, everyone who's at home who knows this city, this state's issue about housing and instability. A lot of us are at intersections and we see people signing, holding up signs.
Yeah.
I just want to get from your perspective, what do you think that people in general don't understand about experiencing homelessness?
Well, that not everybody's a bad person and don't want to work. And this, I mean, when I was living in my van, I come across two people I went to high school with. It was just crazy. And I go, you can stay in the van with us, you know, if you want, on some nights when it's cold. But they didn't want to. They wanted to stay in a tent, and which is just crazy. I mean, it's crazy to live in a van, but it was really crazy to live in a tent in the winter. But it's just that most of them, like myself, suffer with some sort of mental health issues, right? And all they need is a little help, but they're so proud that, and I was kind of too for a long time, you're so proud that you don't want to ask for help, right? Because you feel like a failure already, right? And people, sorry about saying right all the time too. But it's just, I lost my train of thought now.
Yeah.
Sorry about
well,
that.
I think too, I know that everyone in here is doing something actively, but if we're at an intersection or we're walking down the street, how do we honor people who are going through those struggles best?
Well, I mean, if you could help them. I mean, just even if it's just leading them into the direction for people that can really help them. You know what I mean? It's not always money. I mean, and people. I mean, I was just lucky enough to come in contact with people that put me in contact with other people that could help me, and then and you know, like it was just about 2 years ago that I went to treatment. But I wouldn't go unless they let Romy come with me, right?
Absolutely.
Impatient,
Yeah.
So I refused. I go, I'm not going unless Romy can come with me, because I don't go anywhere without him. And they did, you know what I mean? They made an exception and let me bring Romy with me, you know what I mean? And so I went, and so that was a big, you know, people giving in a little way.
giving and having dignity and making eye contact.
Yeah, yeah. So I remember.
Honoring.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, we thank you so much for talking to us, and I'm so excited about where you're at, that you are sharing this testimony, and for this dog.
Yeah.
That's going to be real good.
Yeah, me too.
I think that I feel Romeo's spirit in this room right now,
Yeah.
and I just think that I would love for everyone in this room to give a round of applause to our
Thank you.
friend Scott.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And Romeo.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you for everything, buddy. I appreciate it, man.
Come on, let's hear it for Scott. Are you kidding? Thank you, Scott. Thank you for your wise words, your courage to be here, and your tenacity. And you're going to continue to have those good things happen. And I can't wait to meet you, doggy, when you get him. So that's fabulous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like many of you, Scott's missing Romy being here. And like many of you, I'm missing somebody too. I'm missing my little buddy. I don't know if you saw it. Scott had a little lapel pin on during that interview. This was Founder Fran's favorite night of the year. Why? Because he got to see all of you beautiful people together in one room. And he could, up close, firsthand, watch your outrageous generosity propel the mission of bridging. That's better. That's better. I know that Fran's spirit is in this room today, especially during this part of the program. This is the Fund a Need portion of the program. As I was thinking, how are you going to follow the man that set up so many generous gifts for so many years, Fran? I didn't have to look real hard, because as I was reviewing stuff in preparation, I saw the perfect setup from our new friend Scott. And I asked his permission if I could share what he had sent in an email recently. And Scott said, "Let me say this. I'm honored that you and Bridging believe that by me sharing my story, it might help raise some money to help other people who are in the same situation that I was in. I am truly blessed." So, we've already raised our glasses to cheer for Bridging. Now, let's raise some funds for Bridging. And you know what? Let's go for a record tonight so we can make Founder Fran proud. Thank you all in advance. Kurt?
We're going to leave that hat right there. Get those bid numbers handy. Get yourself warmed up, because we are going to raise a record amount of money tonight. This year, Bridging will have served 4,000 families, changing their lives with blankets and beds and pots and pans and furniture and dignity and hope. And so many of you, it's so good to see, who've come all these years, know that this is an ongoing need. And of course, we've heard the phrase, the need is even greater. And it is. And Bridging has adapted, so we're there. It is essential for us to give this hope. And they gave me this long script to go on. And I thought to myself, no, let's get right to it. Let's get right down to it. We'll tell you how you can locally here give the money. For those of you online, obviously you can click on your phone, on your computer. But we want to start high. And we want to start at $15,000. And the reason we want to start at $15,000 is because, as Fran would say, you got stuff, we need your help. And the Culp family is starting us out at $15,000. Let's give them a round of applause. $15,000. Is there anybody in this room who can raise their number up and give $15,000 with them? Anybody want to do that? We'll call that out. $15,000. I know that's a lot of money. Anybody can do 15. Well, you know the next number, Fran liked the big numbers. He also liked the numbers that went down below them. And I'll tell you what, the next level is $10,000. And we are very, very, very excited to start. The 10,000 level is, thank you, Bill and Betsy Cook. Give them a big round of applause for 10,000. Is there anybody in this room who can join them for 10? Number 459. Number 102, number 546, all at $10,000. Anybody else? That's fantastic. Yes, we are going to hit that $160,000 goal. We're going to do 160. In fact, I want to smash over that number of 160. Some people have already given, and we're going to get that number up. Not quite yet, because 10,000 is a big number. But is there anybody in this room or online right now who can click, who can come in at $7,500? Can we do $7,500? Can we do 75? Well, I'll tell you what, we do have somebody who can do 75, and that's Rose and Charlie. They came online. They're doing $7,500. Let's give them a round of applause at $7,500. Thank you, Rose and Charlie. Thank you. Anybody here can do $7,500? Look at those numbers are going. People are already coming in. Who can come in right now? I don't have anybody leading it. Who can start me out at $5,000? Anybody on this side who go $5,000? Number 368 at $5,000. Who else can do $5,000? Number $5,000. This is good. How about at the level of $2,500? Can you make a difference at $2,500? Raise your number up at $2,500. Well, there we go, 255. Thank you very much. At $2,500. And number 491 at 20. Give them a round of applause at $2,500. Absolutely. Online. What are you doing? I can't see everything. I know the things are strolling up there. Numbers are coming in. If you've given a number right now and you grab your phone, click it in. We really want you to do it now. If you're doing it from a donor advised fund, you can do that at checkout. But grab your smartphone and click those donations in. But I'm super excited here because at the $1,000 level, and some of you have seen us do this in the past, our amazing Fund and Need sponsors, Health System Advisors, give them a round of applause right now. And you're going to really clap for them when you know that they are matching the first 30 gifts at $1,000. Let's see what we can do right now. Raise up your number. 297 519 351 363 146 436 115. We can applaud for this. Number 477. Romeo would be proud, Scotty boy. 374 326 534. Folks online, you count too. 30 gifts at $1,000. We're going to get a number because they're rolling in. Look at all those people who are already in. We're at 82,000 and it number 510 at 1,000. Grab your smartphone and click it in. Put it in there right now. And by the way, this number that you see spinning is not including the match number. We're not include that number is going to be on top of what we do there. We want to get to 160,000. That thing, when it hits 100,000, and if that we're going to blow past that, I want this room to erupt. And all you folks online, I want you to stamp your feet, wave your blankie. I don't care what you do, but I want you to cheer for us too when it goes over $100,000. It's coming along fast and furious. In this room right now, is there somebody who could do $500? Raise your number up if you could do $500. I know some of you already have. By the way, even if you've already entered at these numbers, I want you to raise it so we have fun. Number 150 471 187 163. Now enter them into your phones. We have 304-290, bringing hope and changing lives. 205. We are rolling these numbers in, folks. They're going in. Number 261-308. Let's get that applause going. We want to hear the noise. We want to rock it all the way to California. We know you're out there giving, folks. Your money and your gift matters just as much as anybody else, and we can't clap for you individually, but clap for yourself out there online. Give the money in. It's rolling up here. It's streaming on in. We've got a big goal where the number is going as fast as it can. But if you're wherever you are in the country, you know the impact of bridging. And that's the big part of this, folks. We have people around the country giving right now, and we're at 93,000, and we're going to clap and we're going to scream when we get to $100,000, because that thing is just spinning. That number really can't go much faster than it is going right now. So I want to ask, is there anybody in this room who can come in at the $250 level? Raise your number. Number 238-245-308. 258. You bet. I know a lot of you have already given. So 395. Everybody's been giving at many levels. We're so grateful. And okay, spin it for me. 120. We're getting close. Now 195. Now, if you haven't put your number in, 401 at 250, it's really important that you plug that number in. 353. Because that's how we collect the money. And trust me, we want the money. And we'll take it in any form. Check, credit card, cash, stocks, donor advised fund, jewelry. We're getting close. We are getting so close to that 100,000. Keep those numbers spinning. Watch those numbers spin. It's going to go fast, and I want this to be loud. I want the... Mr. and Mrs. Butzel just gave $5,000. Enter that in. Thank you very much. Right here, folks, he's looking down. He's looking down, and he's saying, you can do it. Look how close we are. And we haven't even got to a $100 level yet, but I want to get over that 100,000, and then we're going for the hundreds, because we also know that bridging really squeezes the dollar. Their staff work very hard. Okay, I'm just buying time. Keep it going. Don't slow it down. There it is. There it is. Watch the numbers go. Please put that graphic back up on the screen for me real quick. Please put it back up there. Look what we have here. We've got if you can do 100, we've got Sherry, we've got Michael, we've got Reed and Margaret, Tom and Karen, Cullen and Angie, Chris and Ingrid, Weston, Patrick and Leah, Lisa Anderson, the Bartz Family Foundation. Hope I got that right. Laura and Eric. Look at the names up there. People, Eric and Susan came in at $2,000. We have by the way, you can do anonymous. I can't get through all the names, and we're going to continue to ask you to give. We're going to hit that 160,000. And we're going to keep pushing that till we get that 160,000. But I think we need to move our program along right now, and we'll come back and check in. Okay, Susan?
Yeah, that was so cool. Thank you all
Give
so
yourself
much.
a big round of applause. Thank you for that graphic.
Let's keep this energy going. Let's move on to the premiere auction.
Yes. We're going to talk about the premier items. These are items that will remain open until 9 o'clock tonight. We're going to go through them real fast.
Yep.
We're going to go through them real fast.
Let's go.
We want to keep showcasing those. They'll be open until 9 o'clock tonight. Our first one is a favorite. It's a farm-to-table private in-home dinner for up to 10 people with local seasonal ingredients prepared by world-renowned chef Beth Dooley. Let's look at the screen.
Yeah.
Is this where the video is? Yes, it is.
Hi, I'm Beth Dooley. I'm going to be coming into your kitchen to design a menu based on my cookbook, Perennial Kitchen, from the University of Minnesota Press. We'll be pairing those dishes to wonderful wines for a fabulous party. Hope you'll come.
Do you know she's a James Beard Award-winning chef?
Yes, amazing.
Have you met her?
I have not met her, but last night I went to the Sous Chef's restaurant, Indigenous Cuisine. It was absolutely phenomenal. I learned so much, and it's worth every penny that some really lucky person is about to spend.
Well, and you know what? It's for up to 10 people. You get wine pairings, and right now the bidding is only at $2,250. Steal. Okay, let's move on to the next item. We have. Oh, got to turn my page. There we go. This is good. Kieran Folliard's. Who doesn't like Kieran's restaurants? Kieran Folliard is going to do a beverage and food tasting right at Kieran's Irish Pub, the Liffey, the local. You can pick at one of them. He's the founder of many of these. It's going to be a curated tasting of products from Food Buildings brands, including Bakersfield Flour and Bread, Red Table Meat Company, and Alamar Cheese Company, all paired with a whiskey tasting of Ireland's finest. Led by Kieran himself. He's got to have some pretty good stories, don't you think?
He really does. I was going to say, that guy can throw a party if anybody's ever been to the local or anything. Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing he does not want to do, because he's very busy in his restaurant, says, please don't do it on Saturdays. Okay, that's the only thing he'll be very flexible.
Any other day. Okay.
So
you could do a Friday, Sunday.
I would do Friday or Thursday, Monday. Just
Monday,
take the
any
day
day.
off. That is it's actually at $2,500 right now.
Okay.
The next one, have you been tarpon fishing before?
No, tell me about it.
It's in Florida, folks. This is so cool. Again, it's going to get cold. You can't tarpon fish in Minnesota. Anybody says you did, they're lying. Okay, so this is really, really cool. This is with Captain John Ryan Stoa for a 2-day private chartered fishing excursion for 3 people. The trip launches from either Marco Island or Sanibel, 2 great places to hang out. You get the tackle, the equipment. Have you been to either one of those places, Marco or Sanibel?
Absolutely. And I think that almost any Minnesotan has been to Southwest Florida. So you got connections there.
All right. This is here's it. You won't be keeping the tarpon because they're a trophy fish, but you catch other fish and he'll clean them for you. This is so cool. If you get this for anything less than the $1,500 it's currently at, or get it for $1,500, it's a steal. It's worth several $1,000s. Get on that now, right away. So let's keep this rolling. We want to keep it going. This is Canada fly fishing. They've opened the borders, you know.
Yes, they're back open. Yeah, betcha.
Yeah, betcha. And I'll tell you what, Cabilo Fishing Lodge has been a popular destination. Bring up the graphic on that one. This is a great place. It's a family-owned company. They're actually owned right here in Minnesota. You go up to Cabilo Lodge. It's about a 5-hour drive north of the U.S. border. Only the last half hours on gravel roads. You get 4 days, 3 nights. They have 13 cabins. 11 of the lakes they're on, you're the only cabin. The other 2, there are one other cabin.
Talk about the true north.
Yeah, they fly you in. You get all the food, all the bait. Actually, you're in charge of bait, but the boat, the motor, you bring your fishing gear. They tell you where the fish are biting. They will help you. The fish practically jump into your boat. Okay, it is a highly sought after package. Cabilo Fishing Lodge. You know what that's at?
Where?
It's up in Canada, but it's at $3,250. You should get it on that right now.
Okay, $3,400. I know we have some skilled fishers.
Should we make them sing "O Canada"?
No.
Hey, do you like the Minnesota United, our soccer team?
Yeah, absolutely. It's totally something, I don't know how many people, anybody been to a game, seen the new stadium? Yeah. You kind of have to see it to really understand it.
Yeah, and this is great. It is 16 tickets, a generous food and beverage credit. You'll have a great time. You get $500, 16 tickets, access to the premium entrance, radiant balcony heat, which sometimes is important. Raise your scarves, as they say.
Yeah, raise your scarves. That would be so cool for a birthday party or kids, family.
Yeah, go for the pre-show.
Yeah.
I mean, the party in front, that's at $27.50. These are all open until 9 o'clock tonight. Now, let's go on to the next one. They just started our Minnesota Wild.
Let's play hockey.
Oh, yes. They're coming on. We have 18 tickets in the Ecolab Suite. Thank you very much, Ecolab Suite. Yay. You get a $500 food and beverage credit, $500 Visa gift card for food. It's during this season. You just have to work with them. And I'm very excited. We got our big player signed. We re-signed him. Mm-hmm. And they're going to play. So we're going to have fun. Great time there. And golf. Let's talk about golf.
Let's talk golf. Good golfing weather still.
Have you been to Top Golf? It's socialized, it's sport, it's great. It's for 20 people, appetizers, dinner buffet, and a bottomless soft drinks. And 20 Under Armour sack packs, apparently. That's a big deal.
That is. And they told me, I interviewed them when they opened. They said they never close, like no weather. It could be negative 30. And they've got the heaters, and you can just come out and have fun.
And that experience is at $1,100. The Wild Suite currently is at $3,000. We have one item to talk about. The beautiful ring that is walking around right now is a 7.1. There it is. There it is. There she is. She's been carrying it. It's a blue lapis gemstone, 18 karat gold. It's donated by Wixon Jewelers. Give them a big round of applause, Wixon. We love you. Check out. Have you seen this ring?
It's gorgeous. I have. It was giving me like Princess of Cambridge.
And go out to our friends Wixon to get it properly sized.
Yes.
And that currently is at
It's fabulous.
$1,250.
Kind of like Princess Dies Sapphire.
Sapphire. That's our last item, Susan-Elizabeth. And that's at $1,250. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. Well, that was so much fun, and we just want to thank all of y'all who came in person tonight. And I know we're still in that transitionary phase, so everybody who's at home, thank you so much for being with us. We got so much more to talk to us. We want everybody to be comfortable. We know everybody had to make their decision, and we just appreciate you for figuring out a way to be here and support us. We want to stay connected tonight, and we want to thank you at home so much for being with us.
Thank you to all who. That's fantastic. All right. We are now here only. And the premier items are open for 9 minutes. We have a surprise for you. First, we're going to play the heads and tails game. And then we have 3 auction items only you get a bid on. Live auction items. That's going to be a fun surprise here. So, but let's do the heads and tails game. And as you remember, a heads and tails game, you touch your head or your tails. You can only play up to 3 necklaces. Do not put more than 3 on somebody. And so how is it going to go is, Susan, we're going to play it. And if they win, they stay in. If they lose, they sit down or they take the necklace off.
Okay.
So if you're playing, stand up, please, if you're able.
Okay. Yes. Okay.